Everybody, it's Monday afternoon here in lovely Central California, and I'm Courtney with Robin's Nest Resellers. I'm walking out to the mailbox right now. I'm expecting a package from over at the Commonwealth, from the Commonwealth Flipper, so I'm go check and see if it came today. Not a lot of big sales this weekend. It was kind of a slow weekend for eBay. I did get out with my husband though, and we hit several yard sales, so we've got quite a bit of sourcing done, which is good. I'm still cleaning up a lot of the stuff. We got a lot of nice vintage clothing, some electronics, some things like that just needs to be cleaned up, but we had to pause this weekend. It's pretty busy around here. My husband's looking for a new truck, and I'm a teacher, and I'm having to finish closing up my classroom this week. As you know, we've been on quarantine here since March 13th. That was the last day I had with my students. But for the next few days, we get to go back to our classrooms, and our students get to come and collect their belongings. So this weekend I was kind of busy making them some goodie bags and getting ready for that. It's emotional. It's been a very different year. I've been teaching this is the end of my 24th year of teaching. So really can't say I've ever had a year like this one, but I'm glad it's over. So we'll go inside. I'll show you a few of the things that sold. I think I just have 2 items to show you today, and I'm going to talk about one return I had to do, my first return. So let's head inside. So this was an offer that came in late last night on this Dub City Big Time Muscle Car 69 Chevy Camaro, and the offer came in for $10 free shipping. I had it listed for $10.99 free shipping, so I went ahead and took it, 99 cents. But the thing I want to talk about with this car is that this came out of a purchase that I made from an online auction about 3 weeks ago when we were in the middle of the shutdown and shelter in place. And of course, there was no way to go out and do any sourcing. And as a thrifter and somebody who loves yard sales and going to thrift stores and everything, I was really starting to feel the itch to go shopping. Even though I have plenty of stuff here that I could definitely be getting onto eBay and getting listed, and that's what I've been doing mostly. But an ad caught my eye on Facebook, and it was actually posted by an estate sale company here in my area that does a lot of estate sales, and they had switched over to doing an online auction. So I got on the site, and they were selling all kinds of stuff. This car I got in a lot of probably 5 cars, I think, were in this lot. And I bought that lot of 5 cars similar to this for $3, and plus sales tax and a 15% buyer's premium, which is not terrible for an auction, those of you that go to auctions. And so, to do the math, I'm not in this car for more than $1, probably less than $1. So definitely a nice, little profit there. This is the only car that I've listed from all of those. I got a bunch of other cars. In fact, I've got them. I'll show you really quick here. These 2 boxes full of stuff all came from that online auction. I spent about $110 total, including tax and buyer's premium on that auction. And I've got Hot Wheels. I've got these nice flasks, really cool flasks. I even got one for my husband for Father's Day that I'm going to stash away. Lots of Hot Wheels in the box. A couple of these really awesome big dinosaurs. I don't know. I've got to do a little bit more research on these, but these are really cool. Tons of these big, 12-inch, 14-inch action figures, all the Marvel characters and all the DC characters. 2 boxes full of stuff, which for me at that time was, I was so excited because that was a great haul. Got a few things, like there were some things thrown in there, like a clipboard. My son might use that in school. And so, like, this is kind of random spun bamboo bowl. That's pretty cool. But lots and lots and lots. Here's my pages of all my stuff that I got here. Just pages and pages of items. And so I was pretty excited. I haven't been real busy listing this stuff because I am a teacher and we are still, check out that giant flask. Speaking of being a teacher, I might need to keep that. But I do, I'm a teacher and I've been doing learning at home with my class, and so I've been really busy, but my school year officially ends next week. So I'm really going to be able to devote more time, and I'll be ready to take a break from focusing on online learning with my class. So I'm going to work, and with things starting to heat up now here too, I'll be staying inside a little bit more, and I'll have a little bit more time to get some of this stuff online. So be looking for these things to start listing in the next couple of weeks. And plus this weekend, we're officially out of shelter in place here in Central California, so I know the yard sales are just going to be nuts the next few weekends coming up on the first of the month and everything. So we're going to be outsourcing this weekend and next weekend big time. I'm already doing some research to see who's having sales, so should be getting a lot more stuff in, but I'm excited to go through the rest of this stuff and get it on eBay. So I recently had my first return, and it was on this item here. This is a sweatshirt that was actually one of my own personal sweatshirts, and I think I only wore it once or twice after I bought it. I had gotten it at Target and probably on the clearance rack, since I usually just shop clearance racks. It's a Knox Rose brand, and I really liked it. It's a very cute sweatshirt, and I was cleaning out my closet at the beginning of our shelter in place, just really cleaned out, and I realized that, I had a lot of these, some of these nicer things that I had never really worn, so I decided to list some of the nicer items, and this was one, and somebody bought it fairly quickly, and then sent me a message and returned it, and the reason why they were returning it was because of this feature here. Now, in the description, I had said that it has an unfinished hem, which you can see, it's got the stitching right here, but the hem is not folded over and finished. So I think, that kind of gives it that frayed look, the look that the stitching pulls out a little bit, and it's not pulling out too bad, but you can see some areas are a little more frayed than others. And I did put that in the description, and I even put it in the title. One thing I didn't do was take some really good pictures of it. So the person who purchased it, when they got it, they were the ones who kind of complained about this, that it was not a great, they didn't like it because there were some threads pulling out from it. And I decided, at the time I wasn't accepting returns, but my husband and I talked about it, and just go ahead and have them send it back and return their money. I had already given them a best offer, so I had originally sold it to them for $14, but I went ahead and relisted it for the original price. I updated some of the pictures, making sure I'm showing how the the hem kind of frays here. I found that's really important with with clothing, is to make sure you post a lot of pictures. I can kind of understand, when you purchase something at the store, sometimes you get it home if you don't have time to try it on at the store, and it just doesn't fit quite right, and you want to bring it back. And I understand that even over the internet, you're taking a bigger chance. But especially when you're purchasing something that is pre-owned and it's listed as pre-owned, And the seller, really it's important to pay attention to what the seller is telling you about the item. And also, as a seller, it's important to really make sure that you're pointing out any possible defects or things that might be perceived as defects on the item, just to alleviate that buyer's remorse perhaps when they open it up and they see that maybe it wasn't quite what they were expecting. But overall, it was a good transaction. It was a good for me too, and I've actually switched over to most of my items now. I'm doing returns on, and I think that's just a good way to do business. Another item that sold this weekend was this Layman's Parallel Bible. I had never seen one like this. I picked it up at one of those yard sales we went hit last weekend, Memorial Weekend. And so we got this probably for around 50 cents. So it's the unique thing about this Bible is that it has four different versions side by side. So you can see King James, Modern Language, the Living Bible, and the Revised Standard. So you can read the different verses side by side, see what they're like in each different version. So probably a really great book for a Bible scholar. Oh, there's a free bookmark in here. For a Bible scholar, Bible student, or just somebody who reads and wants to study different verses and things like that. This one is, I believe, 1979 is the year that this one was, 1971 was, or 79 was this version. And there were some older versions, but this was a good find. I listed it for $11.99 plus free shipping through Media Mail. Someone gave me a offer of $11 after it had been online for about 48 hours, and I took it because sometimes these things may sell quickly or they may sit for a while, so I just decided to go ahead and take the offer, and it will ship out through Media Mail. It's pretty heavy, so this will probably go for around $4.50 in Media Mail. So I'm going to go get this going so it can get out later this afternoon. All right, a special delivery for me today. I had ordered some priority mail boxes. I got these priority box B, I think these are the regional rate box B, and some regional box A for my eBay shipping. Sorry about the loud truck there. So I had ordered these on these are free. You can just go through the United States Postal Service website and order them. My local post office has been out of boxes for a while, so it's been hard to find them, but I did this on the advice of Kevin over at the Commonwealth Flippers, who did a great video on using different boxes, and he recommended the box A and box B for shipping out different items. So these finally showed up today. I think I ordered these about 10 days ago, so maybe they're on back order, I don't know, but glad to get these to help out with my shipping needs in the coming weeks. So hopefully I get some more sales. Oh, I'll say bye today with a view from my husband's quarantine project. This is our brand new chicken coop, our chicken castle, I guess. My husband's just about done with this. This has been his big quarantine project for him. Built it all himself. Had a couple of friends come over and give some help, but mostly it's been a one-man job. He's got to put the chicken wire on, finish up the inside of the coop, and hopefully the chickens will be ready to move in another week or so. Husband went back to work though, so that puts a little bit of a delay on it, but that's all right. The chickens will be real happy to move in here, move out of their old falling apart chicken coop once this is all done. So anyway, guys, have a great week, and we'll talk to you later. Happy selling.